Hey guys, it's me, Orpheon, your infinite dragon sorcerer here, and I bet you're all probably wondering, wait, who is this guy and what is he doing on Infamous Smiles YouTube channel, or his video for that matter? And it's pretty obvious. I'm actually doing my best to help out Infamous with, how he makes his videos, mainly his what if videos. I'm more or less helping him upload some of his what if videos until he's able to get his computer software that he uses to make videos up and running again. So he more or less told me to tell you in this recording that before I actually edit this video and send it to him so he can upload it on his channel, I have to give credit to myself for how I edited the video before the video even starts. So that's enough of me rambling. Now let's get started on the actual video, or to be more accurate, the what if video.
Okay guys, I know it's been a while. I know you're angry. But let me explain. I actually have no excuse. I don't know why, I've just been finding it hard to record. So I'm so sorry I've been recording. But at least for once I'm actually continuing a series. What if Deku was Hack Kid Part 2? But before we start actually, recently I started a gaming channel. So if you wouldn't mind, can you go to the description below, click on the link and go check it out please? Just please do it. Or maybe there's probably a link at the end of the video too. But not important. Let's start the video already. So where we last left off, Izuku just got into class 1A, or U8 more precisely. So Izuku is packing his backpack, everything. He gets to leave. His mom says, "Honey, I know it's been a difficult adjustment because of your quirk." And Zuko remembers how first time he showed his mom she passed out. Before crying and hugging Zuko, saying I can't believe I have a daughter now. Which is really corny now that I think about it, not that I say it on mic. But that's not important, like I said. But as Inko says she's proud of him, Zuko says, "I know, Mom," before he goes to school. So as he's walking, he's all realized he's lost. Like, where am I supposed to go? But then he eventually finds class 1A and enters it like normally. But when he opens his door, he sees a bunch of kids arguing. He sees Lira and Bako arguing. And I'm so sorry if you can hear some sort of like echo. It's not on purpose. Hopefully there's no echo. But Izuku sees Kachan and Lira basically fighting. Izuku says, "Oh no." And in this timeline, since Izuku was in his Hack Kid form, and nobody could recognize him, except for the teachers who knew about it. So Lira doesn't run up to Izuku and apologize for being rude to him, because he doesn't know it was him. Get my point? But Kachan just looks at Kachan, he gets scoffs before he starts arguing. E4, Lira starts arguing with him again. Luckily, Zuko such aside before sitting down. He says, "I'm in class with those two. It's gonna be a difficult year." But then Yuraka walks in, and she looks around. She's looking for Hack Kid. She's sure she's the one who saved her. But she sees nobody. She's disappointed. She's like, "Oh man, I don't want to take that kid." Whenever her quirk makes her young looking. Or she's just really young. But then Lira, she sits down. Eventually, some old homeless man walks in. He's like, "All of you are too loud. Except for the green haired kid. He's been quiet enough." He looks like, "Is that a compliment?" He's like, "Now quiet down, all of you. I am Mr. Aizawa, your homework teacher. It was like, this guy's our homework teacher. Now all of you, put on your gym clothing, gym uniforms, and meet me out in a field. They're like, what? Like, just meet me out there. Everybody changes. Kirishima looks at Zuko and says, hey, bro, why are you so skinny? He was like, what? He's like, well, everybody else is somewhat muscular or something for your training. And Zuko said, but you're just scrawny. Zuko says, well, my quirk doesn't really evolve muscle or anything like that. And there's no point of it. He's like, huh. But then Kaminari says, hey, did any of you guys see that girl during your test? You mean the little one? Like, yeah. Rumors has it she destroyed the 0.0 herself. Destroyed a bunch of robots, but she's not here in Class 1A. Kind of disappointing. Tokigami says, most likely didn't get into 1A because of her appearance. Kaminari's like, really? That's kind of messed up. But as they go, but as they're talking, Zuko's just like, Zuko's talking to himself, thinking to himself, like, they're gonna freak out. How am I gonna explain this? But as they all go outside, Aizawa says, we're gonna do a quick assessment test. But then Mina's like, what about, can't speak. Always forget the name of it. She says, what about, the introductions or the ceremony? Or oration, it's called oration. Aizawa says, this is UA, we can teach our class however we want. And you don't have time to waste on some sort of stupid oration. He then looks at Zuko and says, now, Mizuko Midoriya, right? Zuko's like, yeah. What's your record in middle school? He goes like, I think 65. He says, 45 or something. No, Zuko's not athletic. Let's say 45. He says 45. Since you destroyed the 0.2 and destroyed so much robots, I'm gonna give you. You're gonna be the first one to throw. Zuko's like, what? He's like, okay. People are like, I thought the little kid destroyed the 0.2. But as Zuko's thinking, he thinks to himself, if I use Hack Kid, then change her umbrella to the baseball bat. Hack Kid's one of many Hack Kids weapons, a baseball bat. Then use the the Plus Ultra hat. I should be able to hit it really far. But as Zuko gets ready, he takes a deep breath before a puff of smoke appears, and Deku's now replaced by a little kid. Koji's like, what? What the hell is this? They were like, who's the little girl during the UA test? And that's when Kaminari says, wait, we changed in front of her. Were we actually changing in front of a girl? And it's like, my innocence. Tokiyami's like, how unethical. But then girl's like, wait, look at that guy just turned into a adorable little girl. Was he keep on rumbling? Can really get pissed? Aizawa says, quiet, all of you. And he'll go quiet because you see Aizawa's hair standing up and his eyes glowing and his scarf somehow floating, defying the laws of physics. And says, now Midoriya, I don't judge on what your quirk is, but show me what you got. Fine. That's when a baseball bat appears in her hand, and a puff of smoke. Then her hat, which was a top hat, changes to some sort of Plus Ultra or All Might theme hat. That's what the heck? Izuku throws the ball in the air before hitting with the bat and using the Plus Ultra hat. It creates a huge shockwave that sends a bunch of people back. When she does that, the ball goes like breaks a few sound barriers or something like that, or creates a huge shockwaves before it's too far gone to see. As he asks, what the heck? How'd she do that? She's like, how's she so strong? But as Osawa looks at his reader, he posts and says, 1,000 meters. I'm gonna say 1,285 meters, which I think original was 800 meters. They're like, what? How could she throw something so far? They're like, how can she be so strong? She's just a little girl. But that's impossible. Then Kacchan screams this. What type of BS is this? He tries to attack Izuku. Izuku jumps over him, but as he does that, Aizawa catches him with his capture weapon. What it's called? It's basically a scarf, and Izuku lands behind Aizawa, who's holding Bakugo. And because Izuku jumped behind Aizawa doesn't have direct line of sight. So I believe Izuku did so he's not curious about where Izuku then transformed back. But either way, he says, Bakugo, stop it. Like, no! This is impossible. And what are you talking about? He's like, Izuku's quirkless. That says quiet. Like, he probably switched himself. He's pathetic. He switched himself out with some sort of kid. And so I said, you honestly believe he was able to switch himself out between a kid and a normal person? Between a kid and a teenager? Without me noticing? Quiet down, or I'm suspending you. Because Bakugo stops. Like, but he looks at Deku, and he mentally says, "This isn't over, damn nerd." Because of Bakugo's his outburst, Mina doesn't say this is fun, and so Aizawa nurse says the last person who, never mind. That says, not all of you better stop behaving. I won't tolerate outbursts like this. And you know what? To teach you all a lesson, if whoever gets the lowest score will get spinned. And everybody looks up and says, "Think a lot, jerk." But then we cut to Ozuku's tests. We cut to the sprint test. Izuku, he doesn't actually use the sprint test. He thinks time mat is a better idea, so he uses the time mat. And considering how long the sprint seemed, how long the time had last, he actually gets it in 0.1 seconds. And everybody's like, "What? How? How is that possible?" And this makes Lita actually self-confident. He's like, she's faster? As it gets to the grip strength, Izuku uses the Plus Ultra Head again and just crushes the grip strength meter. Like, he just crushes it. Like, there's nothing left of it. He completely destroys it. When he gets to the long jump, Izuku does a double jump before doing an air dash, which clears the sandbox. And everybody's like, "That defies the laws of physics! How?" Izuku also does the side steps, but Izuku uses the time mat and actually gets. I have no idea how many you'll get, because I don't know how long the side steps were. And you already know about the ball throw. So Izuku can get top scores and everything, including the side steps, which actually gets them in first place. Given Momo's ability to create stuff didn't didn't help her out all the way. But as classes finish, she shows the score, and it shows that Mineta's last place. And usually I would suspend Mineta because nobody likes Mineta. But my friend, the Infinite Dragon Source, always says, keep him around just for comedic purpose, or people to beat on him. Which reminds me, the Infinite Dragon Sorcerer actually helps me a lot with these what ifs. I don't give him enough credit, so check out his channel in the description below. But let's get back to the what if. So as everything's over, Izuku goes back to change, everybody giving him weird looks or trying to cover themselves. Izuku gets back in class. The girls surround him saying, "What was that? What's your quirk? Why are you so adorable?" In that little girl form. And guys, that's when the guy started running. He's like, "Bro," Mr. Kushi was like, "Despite being like, how are you so manly in such a little girl's body? Explain." And it's like, that makes no sense. You're a cute girl, like you're a cute girl. And then and Sarah was like, "Do you think that's you calling him cute? That's cute." But he looks like he's 5. What the heck, man? Mizuku says, calm down. One question. This one Asu says, "What's your quirk?" Lugo says, "My quirk is," he thinks to himself, "Hat Kid." Like Hat Kid? Yes, I have the ability to turn into a little kid with some sort of strange hats. She's incredibly agile and strong, and her hat allows her to give her different abilities depending on what she wants. Momo says, that's such a versatile quirk. Kishima says, but it's kind of unmanly. He turns into a little girl. But as Izuku talks to his classmates, I don't know what they will say, to be honest. I think the majority of the time they just start freaking out. I've asked him questions, Deku's question about his quirk. But as school's over, Izuku ducks to the corner. Despite Yuraka trying to look for him, she never really got the chance to thank him. Even when she finds out Izuku was the hack kid that saved her, she never got the chance. And leader also looked for him, because he wanted to say he was a better student than him, but never got the chance because there are too many people around Izuku. But as Izuku ducks around a corner, he teleports. Because he'd rather not walk home. He actually uses it as abuses access to the ship a lot. But as he teleports to the ship, he thinks to himself, today was interesting. But then when he puts his backpack down, he goes to the bedroom before diving into the ball, or more like the pillow pit. He enters some sort of secret chamber and finds a book, a diary. Izuku starts reading through. He thinks to himself, if I had known this body would have belonged to somebody, I would have never kept it. But how do I give it back? And who had this body originally? Because he realized this body, he's trying to figure out who this body belongs to. But we now cut to the next day. Izuku's in class. When Relay Drago walks in, Leader says, not that I finally have a proper chance to talk to you. My name is Lirai Tenya. Lirai Tenya. You know, Izuku's like, hi? Leader says, I never got the proper chance to greet you. Okay, sorry guys, my throat is a little dry. He says, I never got the proper chance to greet you due to all the popularity around you past day. But I want to say that you were a better student than I did. And Izuku was like, okay, thanks. That's when Yuraka shows up and says, so, you're the little girl Sabi. Izuku's like, you remember me, huh? He's like, how could I? How could I not? A little girl took down a giant robot. Izuku's like, I'm not a little girl, I'm a teenager. He's like, yeah, but your form looks like a girl. That's when Mina Pumpkin says, hey, that reminds me. Your form is a little kid, right? Izuku's like, yeah. Well, that makes me curious about something. Izuku's like, what? Like, she says, okay. What's the biology down there? So like, what? Like, is it like did you change gender or change actual gender? Or did you just look like a little girl? It was like, I never checked. It's like, why not? It's like, that's weird. But that's when the door opens up and somebody says, I am here. And you see All Might. Where it's like, oh my god, it's All Might. It's All Might. He says, greetings, sir. He says, hello. Like, I am your teacher for now. And I'm here to teach you Heroes 101. But first, put on your costumes. Because like, you're gotta look good while saving. Izuku. Everybody, that's... And this kind of shocks everybody. But as everybody starts putting the hero costume, Izuku just pops out as Hat Kid. Izuku's like, it must be really convenient to just transform like that. Izuku's like, yeah, that's when Izuku says, you don't have a time limit? Izuku's like, actually I don't have one. I tested it. I once even slept in this form. Apparently I drool when I'm in this form for some reason. He's like, but it still is so cool. You're a little kid. You just become a little girl and like that. It's a little weird, but it's also cool. It's like thanks, I guess. But then Yurika says, by the way, I don't think I ever got your name. I told you my name, but I never told yours. Like, Kachi called you Deku. You're like, yeah, but kind of a mean nickname. Yeah, my new name is Izuku. She's like, I don't like either of those. Looks like, what? Like, how about Hack Kid? It's like, what? Can I call you Hack Kid? Looks like, okay. But then it'd be weird when I want to talk about the Jews. Like, how about this? I call your other form Deku, and I call this form Hack Kid. Hack Kid says, I guess. And she's like, yeah, I like that. He was like, okay. He's a little weirded out. He likes like anime set switch up. But guys, since I'm not feeling good, and I'm probably gonna do a third part of this soon because I want to prove the fact that I want to continue the series. I'm gonna end the video here. But don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and everything else. You know, like I said, check out my gaming channel in the description below, and check out my friend's channel, the Infinite Dragon Sorcerer who helped. No, the Infinite Dragon Sorcerer who helped me with this video. In the description below as well. And with that, peace out and goodbye.